morning. Welcome to CATEX TV. My name is Frank Fortunato. Today is Monday, November 2nd, 2015. If you want to follow us on Twitter, please go to CATEX TV. As promised, we're doing the broadcast from very foggy London today. The big news, of course, still dates to the Russian aircraft crash, which occurred on Saturday. It was an Airbus A321-200. It occurred in the Sinai Peninsula about 20 minutes after takeoff from Cairo. The plane was at an altitude of 31,000 feet when apparently it disintegrated in midair. Both Air France and Lufthansa have thus far refrained from flying over the Sinai Peninsula. British Air has determined that it is going to continue to fly over the peninsula, but the moves by the two big Western carriers indicate that there might be a fear that the plane might have been shot down. ISIS, of course, which claims credit for anything bad that happens, immediately assumed responsibility for shooting the plane down. However, it's well known that Stinger missiles that ISIS possesses cannot reach more than 12,000 feet. This plane was 2.5 times that height. The Russians are investigating, as are the Egyptians, and as are the Americans, who are responsible because the engines were Pratt & Whitney engines. Meanwhile, Ed Noonan, the CEO of Validus, who just took a hit from the Tianjin explosion, once again blasted the cargo modeling industry. Cargo, of course, had been a subject 3 years ago during Superstorm Sandy, once it was determined that entities were unaware of the values of cargoes in warehouses that were inundated. Noonan said that in the 3 years' time, it seems that the industry has not made any progress because the losses associated with the Tianjin explosion continue to grow, all related to cargo. There may be pretty bad news tomorrow at AIG. American International Group is expected to announce job cuts. The 65,000 employee firm has been under pressure from activist investors such as Carl Icahn, and it's expected that the job cuts tomorrow could total 10% of the 65,000. We'll have to wait and see whether or not that comes to pass. Both the United States and England are involved in tabletop military exercises to thwart and respond to, very quickly, cyber attacks. This was announced last week by David Cameron and President Obama. The two entities are involved in full-scale planning to determine how to react to the event of a cyber penetration into either the financial sector or the military sector. The United States Navy has announced that they have found the wreckage, they think, of the Faro cargo ship that sank during the hurricane near Bermuda last month. The difficulty is the wreckage is 3 miles deep in the water. It's most likely that what will happen now is that unmanned submarines will go down to look for the so-called marine black boxes that will yield information about the ship's position and wind speed, or speed of movement, I should say. There was a 4.1 earthquake in Phoenix, Arizona, of all places, last night. It was the beginning of a series of swarm earthquakes, including 3 other aftershocks, all over 3. Just some shaking, rattling, and rolling going on, but there were no reports of any damage or injuries. And the American baseball season is finally concluded. Last night, the Kansas City Royals defeated the New York Mets. They have won the World Series 4-1. Baseball is now by the books, not to open again until the 3rd week of February when spring training starts. That's the news from London. If we have anything breaking over here, we'll come back and tell you. In the meantime, thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.